Good Wednesday morning. I'm Meteorologist Ted Schmidt. We have a beautiful day going on right now. Not a cloud in the sky in Rochester. As we look to the west, there's the bell tower. That's from Assisi Heights, our Quality Group camera in the heart of Rochester, looking at a blue sky and a very mild morning. Temperatures have really begun to warm up pretty quickly, though. Give another few minutes, I have no doubt we'll be well into the 70s, in fact, 69 so far. South winds have been light, but now in the last few minutes they've begun to pick up a little bit, 14 miles per hour. At one point we were in the upper 50s here, and in half of our, basically half our weather map at sunrise, we were in the upper 50s, but as we saw yesterday, it's going to be a quick warm-up. Dry atmosphere, south winds on the gusty side. That's going to help mix in some warmer air. And again, that dry atmosphere allowing for temperatures to climb really quickly. A very warm situation in store for today. We've seen that the past couple of days, in fact. So it's going to be dry heat. If you're into that kind of thing, you should be pretty happy about this. We're going to be close to 90, but minus the typical amount of mugginess, the rich humidity that sometimes accompanies these really warm days. So, you know, not bad. It's kind of like sometimes you see in May or in September. Sometimes those are the warmest days of the entire year. You get a warm air mass like this without much humidity, without some other elements to factor into things, and they warm up very quickly. And some of these the hottest days are days where there's very little humidity, and those ends of the season without your typical summer mugginess. Of course, a lot of times the humidity is being fed by the crops and things like that. You know, July, August, you get the evapotranspiration that increases that humidity content. We're not quite there yet, so yeah, without that tropical air mass to come in this particular situation, get dry heat. So here we are, 69 degrees Rochester, south winds 14 miles per hour. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Ted Schmidt. Today, talking about another shot of pretty hot stuff. Yesterday we reached 86. Today, even warmer than that, I think, this afternoon. And not many clouds. I think you can count on one hand the number of clouds here, anyway, in Rochester we've seen in the past day and a half or so. But we have a day filled with sunshine in store for today. And then more heat tomorrow. Maybe not quite as much of that sun. We're going to see some subtle changes headed our way, as you'll see on our temperature map. But right now, most spots have made it into the 70s. Rochester probably a couple minutes away from getting there, but it's 69 officially in the Med City, 71 in Northwood, 72 in Winona, and 74 already in Charles City. Look at that dew point, though. 53 degrees. That's dry air. That's pretty comfortable stuff. Earlier this week, we started on Monday morning. The dew point at the start of our program at 4:30 a.m. Monday was 38 degrees. That's really comfortable stuff. Dry, but not maybe typical for June. But now it's 50s still, fairly dry, but not probably going to stay like this forever. We do have some subtle changes headed our way, and eventually certainly tomorrow, more humidity will be noticeable. 88 the expected high today. Mostly sunny skies, south winds 15 to 20, gusting around 25, maybe 28 miles per hour. And sunset at 8:55 this afternoon. We're a couple days away from reaching the summer solstice, and then we will have 15 hours, 29 minutes of day length. And it's 8:56, the latest sunset of the entire year, coming up on Saturday. That's the solstice, 4:43 in the afternoon Saturday, incidentally. But sunny skies is the rule right now. We've been watching the slow-moving storm system for days now. High pressure's been on top of us, now sliding slowly eastward, kind of holding things up. But the pressure gradient between that high pressure and the upcoming area of low pressure generating some pretty gusty weather for us. And so it's been like that for a while. Looking at the possibility of 25, 28 mile per hour gusts today. Severe weather risk well to our west, a slight risk for parts of the Dakotas, Red River Valley up to Manitoba. Some of the spots, large hail damaging winds late this afternoon. Tomorrow, as that front gets closer, not necessarily a very unstable atmosphere. We don't have tons of that heavy humidity to really create a lot of buoyancy and instability. There will be some instability, yes. There's some cool air aloft, surface heating. We're going to have enough of those ingredients to generate some thunderstorms, and there will be enough of the dynamics as far as wind shear is to keep some of those updrafts going long enough to create some wind gusts around 60 miles per hour. So, with that in mind, for the Storm Prediction Center, day 2 outlook, that's tomorrow, we are in marginal risk of severe weather. The lowest category, the weakest category in that severe weather outlook. It's not to say we won't get anything, but we may see a couple of strong storms out of the situation. Not a widespread outlook or outbreak, though, at this point. So we may have a couple of warnings. Going into Friday, yeah, we're pretty much almost devoid of rain chances there. Actually, I think we're between storm systems at that point. Breezy and warm today, upper 80s. Storms return to the weather picture late tomorrow, basically after about 6 o'clock or so. Tomorrow evening, maybe a couple of gusty wind-producing storms. And then cooler, we're talking about 80. I wouldn't say cool overall, but cooler than 90. So, yeah, we are going to cool off a little bit over the weekend, Friday, and through next week as well. But here's Futurecast looking at those south winds at times gusting to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, around 10 to 15 miles per hour. And tomorrow, filtered sun at times. Thunderstorms to our north will skirt our area, but eventually we'll get our own chance of thunderstorms developing along that front. Here comes the front right around 6, 7, 8 o'clock. A couple of thunderstorms, maybe some enough moisture, though, that create some downpours of rain, at least fuel those storm chances. So we'll have that possibility tomorrow evening. And then going into Friday, as that front kind of stalls out, we may have a shower developing behind it or two, but not too many. The humidity really drops off after tomorrow as well for the weekend and early next week. So we're going to have to go back to where we have now, less humidity. But I think tomorrow is the only day that I think qualifies at this point as remotely humid weather. Upper 80s to around 90, 88 in Rochester today, 89 Albert Lee, 90 in Algona, 85 Preston. Outlook for the day, 88, and we drop off to the mid and upper 60s tonight, climbing back to the upper 80s again tomorrow. Mostly sunny for our Wednesday, south winds up to 25 miles per hour, mainly clear, 65 tonight. And tomorrow, a couple of thunderstorms late in the day after about 5 or 6 in the evening, more than likely, maybe even later than that. South winds up to 30 miles per hour, partly sunny, 88, in fact, maybe even 89. There we go. There's the correct 7-day outlook. The weekend offers maybe a slight chance of a shower Friday. Better chances, thunderstorms late Saturday afternoon and evening. And then Sunday looks to be maybe even just a little stormier with another wave of low pressure that comes in late in the day. So that we'll have a chance there for Father's Day later on. And then isolated storms, it's possible to altogether avoid some of those, but at least between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a couple of weak cold fronts come through, and that reinforces that cooling trend. So upper 70s, and with those fronts moving through, cannot rule out at least a brief shower or thunderstorm. And again, here's the climate outlook for the long-term 6 to 10 days next week. Cooler than average weather expected. So upper 70s, as you saw in the 7-day, 77, 78 degrees, not obnoxiously cool, but definitely cooler for much of next week than the more seasonable 80 or low 80s. In the meantime, yeah, stay cool, everybody. Stay hydrated. Enjoy the sunshine and the lack of humidity with this heat. So enjoy that dry heat. Pretend you're in the desert Southwest or something like that. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow for Thursday.